So today we got a very interesting guest with us. It's Carlisle from Gidro. He's a part of it, and Gidro is a really hot topic to discuss. And today we'll know something new about it, how it works, and all of the things. So, can you tell us, please, a bit about yourself and what is your role in the Gidro project?
So hi, I'm happy to be here. Thanks, Max, for inviting me for the discussion. So I'm RA, and I am a developer and a community member of the whole ecosystem, the Cosmos ecosystem, for this nearly 3 years. It's not too long, but yeah, nearly 3 years. And I'm not really part of the Hydro team, so I'm not even at all. I'm not part of the Hydro team. I'm just a involved community member who likes to understand how things work as a developer and who dive a bit, maybe I dove a bit deeper in Hydro, like how it works. And I'm really excited about the project. And yeah, that's who I am. And I did not mention, I'm the maker of Moonkit. Moonkit, who is a web app for now that is using the LSM. So that's how, when I came to Hydro, when I looked at Hydro using the LSM as well. So it's many things interested me. I wanted to see how they use it. And it's like the first real use case for the LSM, because I don't consider the rest of the use cases as very important. I think Hydro is the best use case so far for the LSM.
Okay, so you start with the LSM model in this. Can you tell us a bit more technical details of it, like what is the LSM in general, and maybe somehow connected to the liquid staking and how it works?
So the LSM is a module that has been under some controversy recently, but technically speaking, what it allows is it gives you like some kind of token of, I would say, like to represent your staked ATOM. So if you have staked ATOM with Quasar validator, then you can liquefy it to make it liquid, and you receive some token that will represent your staked ATOM in your validator. And then you can transfer this token, like the representation, and you can redeem it to become back staked ATOM. So it's just a way to send staked ATOM from one place to another, from one wallet to another. And so far it has mostly been used by liquid staking protocols like Stride, Drop, and everything, because what they do is, instead of you sending them your liquid ATOM, you send them staked ATOM, and they will accept to receive it, and they will convert it to ST ATOM, D ATOM, and everything. So it's just a more convenient way for you to, if you already have staked ATOM, to receive ST ATOM, because ST ATOM is basically staked ATOM as well. It's just that it's owned by Stride, and they give you a token to represent it. So the same way as what the LSM does for natively on the Cosmos Hub.
So basically, the Gidro is something also connected to the liquid staking. And what the main difference between, for example, like you mentioned, Stride and drops between with the Hydro? Like we know somehow how the Stride works, how the drops work. What the Hydro in this case?
So Hydro, we cannot really consider it a liquid staking provider somehow. So Stride, Drop, they are liquid staking provider, which means that they are the ones who decide who to delegate to. Like they decide which validator they want to delegate to. And they have all their strategies or their business model is based on this. Hydro, however, they don't take ownership of your LSM shares. They just keep them for you. They lock it. They lock the LSM shares, so the tokens that are sent from the LSM module. They just keep them, but they leave them as is. They don't redeem for them, like they don't have an address where they have all their tokens or their staked ATOM that they and they would stake with validators. So when you send to Hydro your tokens, it means that you still have control over who they are delegated to. So it's still your validator that you chose initially. They stay staked with that validator, and you can also keep claiming the rewards yourself. It's not like Stride. Stride, they will withdraw the rewards every 4 hours, 1 day, I don't know, and compound into the ST ATOM or D ATOM for drop. Hydro, they don't do anything of this. They just keep the tokens, lock them so that you cannot access them and do anything else with them, but you can still, during this time, withdraw your rewards because your tokens still increase accrue rewards, and you can withdraw the rewards anytime. So that's the main difference.
Yeah, it's looks like more decentralized way of like staking if we compare it to the Stride and drops, as you said, because you leave your tokens with yourself and it's not going away.
Yes, you're still the owner somehow. You're still the owner. The only thing Hydro does is they lock the tokens for a period of time. Like you selected 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. And right now for the first round, it's only 1 month, but you select a time that you want them to lock. It means they will just do this, but they will leave the rest the same. They will not do anything with your token. They just lock them. And then during this time, you can still, yes, do anything like withdraw the rewards that accrue on this staking token, staking ATOMs, staked ATOMs.
So one of the main questions about the Hydro is how it benefits the users, and maybe you can tell us even how it works, because as I saw, it gives you highest percentage and it's really close now to the real APR, what is crazy, absolutely.
So actually, the APR, so Hydro, what does it do? Let's just go back to the basics. Hydro is a platform where people can lock the staked ATOM and use it. It becomes voting power for them. And the users can use this voting power to select a project among a list of projects, like they have 7, 8 projects that ask for liquidity to the Hydro system. And then all the users, they can just select which project they like and receive the rewards from the amount of money that these projects they are ready to give for the voters. So every project, they will say, oh, I'm happy to give out $200 to whoever votes for me. And this was a project, they give $300, another project, 200 SHD, for example, for shade tokens, or drop, they can also give, it's not a token, but it's like droplets. So it's like each project, they decide what they want to offer to the Hydro users. And then based on that, the Hydro users, they will select which project they want to vote for. And in the end, what will happen is that at the end of the round, which is in around 2 weeks from now, at the end of the round, the project, they will receive liquidity from Hydro. And this liquidity is not taken from our tokens. It's just liquidity that is managed by Hydro committee. So this liquidity will be shared among the different projects based on how much voting power they received in comparison to other projects. Not sure if
the model sounds
complex. No?
No. The model absolutely great, and I think I hear about it like in such a case for the first time, what is really interesting. So basically, it's like another way for people to support the projects, basically, like
that's it.
to go with someone.
Yeah, so it's a way to support the project and, of course, to gain additional rewards on top of the staking rewards, because as I said earlier, with Hydro, you don't give up your staking rewards. You can still claim them. You can, anytime you come to, actually, so Moonkit has a page, the website I developed has a page where you can click on claim. Maybe we'll talk about it later, but anyway, so anytime during the round duration, as long as it's locked, you can still click claim and you get your staking rewards. The same as if it was staked natively on your wallet. And then on top of it, you add additional rewards from the project. So what we could see right now is that with the round one, the average APR from all the projects for all the Hydro users is 11%, which means that on top of the, let's say, 16% APR from ATOM, you get another 11% APR from the Hydro projects, and then combined, so yeah, you get 27 or maybe more, let's say. I don't know, hopefully can be more if Shade, for example, if SHD continue to go up, then it can be more than 11%. It's just, yeah, very cool things.
Yeah, I think one day we'll see like the percentages between native staking and Hydro staking will be close to each other. I would like to ask one thing also. Maybe it also works somehow with the Restake app also. For example, like I am using the Restake app, staking on Hydro, and can it gives another extra few percentages, or it doesn't connect to the Restake app, for example?
Unfortunately, right now, Restake does not take into account the rewards from the LSM tokens. So it is not possible for now. I mean, it's not impossible. It would just need Restake to adapt the way they do things. But today, it is not possible to use Restake app for the LSM tokens. You have to claim them yourselves. You have to claim and compound or do whatever you want to do by yourself. You cannot let today the validator do the restaking automatically using your LSM token rewards.
But in the future, we can see something like that. Maybe if it will be adapted or it will be done from another team, for example.
It would be need to be done by either EcoStake, if EcoStake want to improve their product and say, okay, now it will also include the rewards from the LSM tokens. They can do it. Technically, it's possible. But I don't know if that's one of their priority or not. If they don't do it, then maybe it would need to have someone else come up with this idea. It's not technically complicated. It's not so different from the current Restake process. But yeah, it just means it needs to have someone develop it.
Okay, great. Now let's dive into the validators topic, like how validators can use it and how it works with the validators. Because I know, for example, it asks for your wallet, and if you got enough funds there, the liquidity will be higher. And for example, because I see in the first round, some validators got huge liquidity and it doesn't go to the 25%, for example. So in this case, how it will work for validators with their wallets?
For validators, what they need to ensure is that their users are able to use the LSM. Basically, that's the thing. It's like there is inside the LSM design, there is some security controls that require validators to put some bond, we call it like validator bond or LSM self bond, in a way that will allow for the users to liquefy their tech, to use the LSM. So there was, yes, in the first round, there were a few users who were like, okay, I cannot liquefy, I cannot convert my state atom into liquid atom to put into hydro. And the issue was that validators like Mantra and some others, they were like a list of maybe 20 or 30 validators that did not validate a bond, like did not bond some of their tokens for the LSM. And in result, the users, they were not able to liquefy. So I did help some users by bonding for Mantra, for example. I bonded, by bonding one atom in one validator, you open the gates for 250 atom to be liquefied. So if a validator bonds like even like just 10 atom, it will open for 2,500 atom to be liquefied. So it's very easy. It does not cost much, right? 10 atom, any validator can do that. But yes, the validators, if they want to help their users to be able to use hydro, they will need to care to check whether there's enough capacity for the users to do liquid staking. And if there is not, then they should bond a bit, some tokens, like 10 atom would be enough for now.
I would like also ask a bit about the second round. Will be the top liquidity the same, or it will be higher, and like maybe you will see some new features from the second round?
So what has been confirmed so far is that the first round was limited to 20,000 atom in total, and the second round will have 30,000 atom. So if you ask me, I feel it's not enough. I'm thinking like it will be just full in very short time, like 3 hours. That's my bet. My current bet is 3 hours, but let's see. And the second thing is like the per wallet limit is the same. So we still have a 200 atom limit per wallet. So in case you want to do 400 atom, just split in two wallets, and then you can try your luck like this. The other changes that have been announced is that from round 2, you will be able to lock 1, 2, or 3 months, while for round 1, you were only able to lock your tokens for 1 month. And it goes together with custom bit duration for projects, meaning that projects, they can ask for liquidity for 1, 2, or 3 months. Basically what it does, why do Hydro open this feature is because today with only one round so one round is 1 month, right? One round is 1 month. So this is forever. But today, the projects who receive liquidity, they will deploy it on Osmosis, on Astroport or whatever. They will deploy the liquidity there. And at the end of the 1 month period that we lend them the liquidity, they will need to give it back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of work for them, like for projects to just, they receive liquidity, they deploy it, and then before the end of the round, the next round, they need to take it back and return to the Hydro committee so that this liquidity can be used for the next round for some other projects. So that's really a big problem for them. So now the projects, they will be able to say, oh, now I don't want to just have liquidity for 1 month, I want it for 2 months or 3 months. And then it means that when they receive the liquidity, they can leave it deployed for 1, 2, or 3 months. And only at the end of this bit duration of this period, they will have to return it to Hydro. So because of this, then the users will need to lock longer term as well. Let's see an example. There's a project who wants to have liquidity for 3 months. For a user to be able to vote for that project, they will need to lock their ATOM for 3 months. If your ATOM is just locked for 1 month, you can only vote for projects who ask for liquidity for 1 month. If you lock your atoms for 3 months, you can vote for projects who ask for liquidity for 1, 2, or 3 months. You just need to have a lock for your tokens longer than the time that the projects ask for liquidity. So this is a new thing that was not present in the first round, because first round was just 1 month, 1 round for everyone, for everything. You can only lock 1 month and everything. So now it will add some complexity maybe, but I think it's fun to see. Like, I'm really curious to see about how it will play out. Like, people, they will be like, okay, now I need to lock for 3 rounds. So they will probably lock, many will lock for 3, maybe some for 2, some for 1 only. And then they will select the projects based on this. Another thing is, like, if you lock for longer time, you have higher voting power. If you have 100 ATOM, you lock for 1 month, you have 100 voting power. If you lock for 2 months, you have 125 voting power. And if you lock for 3 months, you have 150 voting power, which means that you can get more rewards if you lock longer compared to someone who just locked for 1 round. So yeah, it's like, I think we will need maybe like an hour to go through all of the features and everything.
No, it's absolutely clear for me. I'm just shocked by how it's done, because it's absolutely new model with great features in it for users and for the projects. And now I got some additional questions, like how projects came to Hydro, what maybe there is some requirements for projects which would like to came to Hydro, or how it works.
So yes, if you are a project and you want to receive liquidity from Hydro, then you can contact. I think there's on the GitHub, there should be a way, like an explanation on how to apply. So you contact currently the Hydro committee. So currently it's not completely permissionless. It means that there's a committee of individuals who are highly respected in the community. And this committee, they will vet the different projects asking for liquidity, because of course we also don't want to hand out liquidity to scammers or whatever, right? Once the liquidity is given out, we need to feel that it will come back. We need to believe it will come back. So today it's the Hydro committee that has this responsibility to receive the applications from the projects and to say, okay, this one is okay. This one, they ask for that amount of ATOM, but we think is too much. So we will add some more restrictions to it. Or this one, they ask for 6 months, but I think it's too long. We want them to just do on 3 months because we're not sure of whatever. Like, they do some kind of vetting, and then they are the ones who validate and who add to the platform today. I know that it was at least hinted this way, is that at some point the Hydro committee should somehow disappear when everything rolls fine and people will be able to select the projects, and maybe they will need to be careful of which project they vote for. Then the Hydro committee may not be needed at least as much anymore. I don't know if they will completely disappear or not, but at least at some point they should not be needed anymore somehow. And one important point for this is, how would it work to prevent from scammers to ask for liquidity and everything, is that people, the users, might get slashed on their ATOM if the project don't give back the money. So if you vote for a project that in the end did not return the money, your ATOM can be slashed. So today it's not in place. Today you don't have this risk. You cannot be slashed for round 1, and at least for round 2, from what I heard, there's no slashing in place. But in the future, maybe in 6 months, I don't know, there may be some slashing in place where if the project underperforms, like does not give back the full amount of ATOM that they were provided with, then your ATOM may be slashed. So yeah, at the time we will need to be careful who we vote for, not just vote for the one who gives the best APR, but also ensure that these are trusted people and yeah.
So that sounds very amazing, and it looks like a good opportunity for newcomers, especially if we're talking about the projects, to get some extra liquidity for their projects. And for now, it sounds like in the future it will happen to all the Cosmos projects. So what I mean, we got some small projects, we got some big projects, and maybe the general idea is that all these projects came to the Hydro, or it's like kind of something that Hydro don't need.
So it's only projects who need liquidity. So many projects need liquidity, but they are not allowed, from what I know, maybe that will need to be confirmed, that they are not allowed to convert this ATOM that they are given, they are lended, they are not allowed to convert them to other tokens too far from ATOM. So they are allowed to convert to ST-ATOM. They are allowed to convert to D-ATOM or any liquid staking protocol that has ATOM behind. However, they are not allowed to convert to Osmo. So this is why it's more like, yes, it's just we lend them liquidity because, for example, they have a pool in Osmosis, and this pool has very little liquidity, and because of that, there's a high slippage. Like you cannot swap from this to the other with $1,000 because you will lose $30 for slippage or something like this. So they need liquidity. They need to have more liquidity for this. So that's the main purpose of Hydro. But it's not a funding program. It's not like if you need funding, for sure it's not Hydro because you need to give back the money. And it's not something to just swap for any other token, do some strategy that is far from ATOM. It has to be still in the ATOM kind of system, like ATOM, ST-ATOM, D-ATOM, Q-ATOM, whatever ATOM it is.
Okay, how do you see the future of Hydro?
How I see it hopefully with no cap, where everyone can join. That's one of my wishes, I would say, like really to see it, and to see it as a way for. So the first purpose is for people to also have yield on top of their yield. Like they have yield. We know ATOM has a high yield, a bit less now, but still quite high yield when you're staking, and to have even more and to bring more value for ATOM stakers. So to me, I like that ATOM is staked. I think that's the first purpose of ATOM is to be staked. And so I'm happy to see it staked and used while it's staked, like in Hydro or in the future, maybe in something else. So this is the first thing is, see Hydro without locks, without caps, sorry, without limit. And then the future of Hydro, there's still some discussions, I believe, like for the LSM module. So I mentioned at the beginning of the discussion that there was some controversy over the LSM because we learned 1 or 2 months ago that it was developed by North Korean developers. And so there have been one audit already done by I don't want to say we missed something wrong, but I think Zelik, and there's a new audit that will be done maybe by OtterSec or something like. So these 2 audits, hopefully, if they are, so the first audit came back with no concern, no special concern, and if in the second audit I learned that I see that it's starting right now, so maybe in 3 or 4 weeks, we will have a feedback, hopefully saying there's no major concern as well, in which case maybe we could consider keeping the LSM on the hub But if there is, if the community wants to get rid of the LSM and everything, so they would need to have a way to work for hydro without the LSM. There have been already some discussions and some posts on the Cosmos forum from a lead hydro developer that is thinking of, yeah, what could be the way to still use hydro without the LSM. So I think that might be a future, yes, a future path for hydro is to stop using the LSM. That's a bit cumbersome, like it's not always easy for the user. It introduces some friction in the user experience because it's not like, yes, the very simple thing. And maybe have like a restake module. That's what it was hinted at, like a restake module where you leave your ATOM staked in your wallet like normal, nothing changes, just you can lock it from here. So it's locked for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, but it still stays in your wallet, in your staked. And then if it was like this, restake would automatically work on top of it because you could still compound and everything. You would not be limited by some specific limitation in current hydro of having a vote per lock instance, like per lockup. Today, I mean, in round 2, you will have 1 vote per lockup. So if you lock up like 50 ATOM, then you cannot say, I want to vote with 20 ATOM for this project, 20 ATOM for that project, and 10 for the other project. You can only vote fully with 50 ATOM. So that's something also that is not the best UX. I would say that if there was if it was not using LSM, it was just inside your staked ATOM, you could really do whatever you want. It would be much more convenient for everyone.
But I think in this case about with these voting things, it's the best way for now because you need to firstly think about what you choose and you don't have this extra safe option, for example, or high risky option. Like maybe there is some small project which gives a huge APR and by this way he's trying to take a new liquidity to it and will disappear with this liquidity. But this system looks like make it a bit safer for especially newcomers for Hydro.
So yeah, I mean, I think right now it's already quite okay. I know that the Hydro team, they are very working a lot on helping, like on making the experience of the user better and better every round. And that, yeah, hopefully there will be something as easy as possible for users. Like they don't need to think too much. They just lock, and then maybe there's some protocol built on top of Hydro that will like help them, like make it very easy for the users, for them to just leave their ATOM there and they will just receive the rewards. I mean, I think the same way as the ATOM stakers, we like to just put our ATOMs stake, claim the rewards, or use restake for that. And then when there's some airdrop, okay, let's just claim it, or even better, if it just falls in our wallet. So this kind of thing, I'm sure there will be projects, there will be teams working on top of Hydro. I really see a good future for Hydro.
Yeah, it looks like amazing future for Hydro with all of these options. So I think we can end it. I can say thank you very much to be here. We get a lot of new things about the Hydro, understand how it works, understand what will be done in the future. So I think it would be really, really helpful for newcomers especially. So thank you for your time. It was really interesting meeting.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye.